right. Welcome to this live stream that SEO is dead. No, just kidding. SEO isn't dead, but there's some major things going on with SEO. My name is Josh Bashinsky. I've been doing SEO for 20 years, before Google existed. I'm honored on SE Roundtable as a top-level SEO. I have a TEDx talk on SEO. I have a master's degree. I was doing a PhD. I quit. Not in SEO, in philosophy. But some people know who I am. Some people don't. That's fine. And I'm here to tell you, it's not business as usual for SEO. With emergences of stuff like ChatGPT, which is not that big of a deal, but there's a bigger deal, which I'll tell you about in a second. The 10 blue links are going away. And I think with the latest changes of the spam update that recently happened, I think it was October, you're going to see that links are mostly dead. I think links are functionally extinct. I'll explain what I mean by that. And I think that the 10 blue links are definitely going away. That's to say the Google search results page is I'm not going to say functionally extinct, but very soon, as people started to see with ChatGPT, it's not going to be the main way people are consuming their search results anymore. So hi. So welcome to the end of SEO, as many people have thought of it for the last 20 years. Now, you have to understand, I've been doing SEO for over 20 years. And so when it started, it was the 10 blue links. And the way you ranked was buying links. That's all we did, was buying links anywhere. That's all we did. Holding my hand up, that's what we did. That's all what we all did. Anyone who's SEO knows is what we did. Ask anyone in SEO, they know that's what you did. You bought links. Yeah, there was some on-page stuff, but really it was buying links. So I want to talk about what I mean when I say the 10 blue links are going away. I want to talk about what I mean when I say that SEO is going away largely as it used to exist. And I mean that, all right? I don't mean 100%. I don't mean no one on the planet will be doing it. But I mean there is a night and day difference between how SEO worked in the year 2000 and there is a night and day difference about how it's going to work in 2025. And when I say night and day, I mean night and day. I mean, they will not even vaguely resemble each other. Not even vaguely. And I'd like to talk to the naysayers. I'd like to talk to anybody. Anybody could come on here and ask me questions. Anybody could say, Josh, you're full of crap. They definitely like to say that, behind my back. Well, you come on to the chat and you can say it to my face. And let me explain. And I will explain what I'm talking about and what's going on. So there's some few people here. How you doing? You should see a live chat there on the right-hand side. Go ahead, say something. Ask me any SEO questions you want. And I'll try to get to them. And I'll try to explain kind of what I'm talking about and what's going on. So if you haven't been watching, so I'll start with ChatGPT. So I did a video recently on ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the latest chat-based natural language generator from OpenAI, the same company who has a commercial version of GPT-3, which is the Generative Processing Transformer, TWA-3. And they have an instruct series, which basically means everyone who got into GPT-3 at the very beginning, like myself, way back in 2018, I think it was, we've been training it. We've been instructing it with our prompts, our textual prompts, which at first were limited to 2,048 tokens. A token is a 3 or 4 character word bit. It was limited to 2,048 tokens, and then they extended it to 4,000 tokens. Ooh, that was like, wow, mind-blowing for us. And we've been instructing this thing with something called Instruct GPT. And so for those of us who've been using OpenAI for a long time, ChatGPT has not been that revolutionary. We're like, why is everyone freaking out about this? Not that it isn't impressive. It is impressive. And not that it's not a major, it opened the floodgates and opened the minds of a lot of people who see how, oh, wow, SEO is going to change completely. When they saw how ChatGPT is working, they're saying, oh, wow, it's going to change completely. Let me know in the chat there if my audio is good, guys. Darren Chadwick says, it's here. It's so cool. I think you're talking about ChatGPT and or the end of SEO. I'm not sure which one you're talking about there, Darren. Let me know. But here's the thing about ChatGPT. It's actually not that impressive. If you go back and watch my video I did on it, I can also do a live demo here if you want. It's nowhere near as impressive. ChatGPT is nowhere near as impressive as the main OpenAI version that exists. It's got the same logic and the same intelligence behind it. In fact, it's a little bit better. ChatGPT is kind of limited, quite frankly. And you can't even get on the demo anymore because everyone's going crazy about it and getting it to answer programming problems and stuff like that. OpenAI could already do this, right? And I think it's just people like me who've been using it for some time and seeing how intelligent it is and how smart it is have realized, oh, the whole world is going to change. Never mind SEO. The whole world is going to change. But I think what actually changed people's minds with ChatGPT is how they noticed how you can converse with this thing like the AI, like Jarvis and Iron Man or whatever. You don't have to talk to it necessarily. You would type with it, but talking is just right around the corner as well. That already exists, and how it can intelligently answer questions, and it's so much more intelligent when it comes to search queries and how it could back things up and tell you how to program things. And can you tell me how to cook fettuccine? And it's like, oh yeah, do this, do that, blah blah blah. It'll converse to you like a person. And I think people realize that the 10 blue links of Google back from the 2000, which are not even the 10 blue links anymore. Now they're like 8 or 6 links. Now they got people also ask. Now they got images and YouTube. Now they have other kind of Google products on there. And quite frankly, the whole front page is taken up with ads. Slowly over time, Google has been chipping away at the 10 blue links. And if you think of SEO from 2000, it was the 10 blue links. And that's what SEO is. So I think in that way, it's completely fair to say that SEO is changing radically. And the 10 blue links are going away, and you really do have to watch for that. And I'm here to tell people because I want them to evolve. I want people to evolve with the times. I want them to realize that the 10 blue links are going away, that it's going to be a chat interface very soon. It's not going to be ChatGPT. In fact, it's going to be even better for Google, or worse for us when I show you what it is, or I'll talk about what it is. And in that way, these people who have I'm not here to give you doom and gloom. I'm not here to say that SEO is dead, but the statement that SEO is dead is not a dumb statement like some people scoff at it. I think these people are just scared, quite frankly, and I think they have their head in the sands, and they're just not paying attention to what's going on. SEO is radically changing. If death is change, then SEO is radically changing. The 10 blue links are going away, and soon it'll be a chat interface, and pretty much only the top pages are going to be the answer, the result. That'll change slightly, and that'll move around a little bit. And yes, people will still use the typing bit, but we'll have to see how people absorb the chatting interface and the talking interface into Google's search interface. Now, if you're like, okay, well, hold on a second, Josh. ChatGPT is not Google's product. That's OpenAI's product. Are you saying that Google's going to buy OpenAI? No. Microsoft already bought OpenAI. Google doesn't need to. They have a Lambda. Lambda is their top-level chat transformer, which is light years ahead of ChatGPT. For those people, a select few, such as myself and other people in AI, and also who are big into Google and SEO, have been able to get access to Lambda. This was, you might remember Lambda. This was the transformer chat bot that an ex-Google employee, Blake Lemoine, thought was so intelligent and so sophisticated and so conversant and so, wise and so intelligent and so conversant and so sophisticated when you're talking with it, and how the quality of the answers it gives you, and how well it mimics, if it does mimic, maybe it is actually self-aware, how well it mimics self-awareness and sentience, that it tricked a Google employee, the guy who programmed it, Blake Lemoine, whose email I have, and I have chatted back and forth with him, I could show it to you if you like, about how and why Lambda is self-aware. It tricked him that it is. So much so he was willing to go on record for it and lose his job over it. So that's not whistling Dixie there. That's something pretty serious, right? That's something pretty interesting, that this Google employee was willing to go on record and say, hey guys, I think this thing, it's so sophisticated and so intelligent, light years beyond ChatGPT. Look at my previous video I did about ChatGPT. Forget ChatGPT. Lambda is going to be Google's chat interface. And it is way more personable, way more intelligent, way more diffusive, way more running rings around you logically, to use the Monty Python. It is way better at talking with what's going on, and it's going to be so much better at understanding what SEOs are trying to do to trick the system, and so much better at destroying any kind of SEO that is trying to trick the system. Any kind of SEO that is trying to trick Google system is dead. I will go on record to say that. SEO that is trying to trick Google system is dead as a doornail, right? As soon as you see how smart Lambda is, I'm here to tell you the floodwaters are coming, right? If you think you can trick Google into ranking a page pretending you're an expert in topic XYZ. You want to talk about expertise, authority, and trust, which Google bases their entire ranking system on, which they've mentioned 100 times. At first, I was like, yeah, eat shit. What I said. I said, yeah, eat whatever. That didn't matter, 10 years ago. I was like, whoop-de-doo, who cares? Then over the years, they started actually making AIs that check for expertise, AIs that check for authority like a human would, AIs that check for expertise like a human would, AIs that check for trust like a human would. And now I'm starting to change my tune. And now because I test these in my underground university, I test these algorithms on a regular basis at a high scientific level. And I'm starting to detect a signal. I'm starting to detect that the AI, like a human being, is smart enough to know who is an expert and who is not, the way a human would. The AI, Lambda, is smart enough, and all their other collective AIs, which Lambda is just going to be the mouthpiece, right? All their other collective AIs, which is super intelligent. Neural matching, rank brain, helpful content, product content, HTML AIs, page type AIs, link AIs, spam brain. All these AIs, there's 20 different AIs ranking pages, and there's probably 5 other AIs de-ranking pages. You got to learn what these things are, right? For SEO in 2022 and beyond, you have to learn what these things are, or you will be replaced. And I'm here to tell you in no uncertain terms, that is a fact, and that's what's going to happen. And I'm always been the guy in this industry who's willing to stand up and say, look, this is what's going to happen, guys. And I said it with Penguin, and that's what happened. I said it with Panda. That's what happened. I said, this is gonna, you have to have high quality. You're going to lose your jobs. You're going to lose your websites. They didn't listen to me. That's what happened. For Penguin, I said, you guys got to stop doing this spammy linking. You got to stop doing linking that's obviously found. They didn't listen to me. That's what happened. So I'm here to tell you, and I take absolutely no pleasure in it. I really don't. Because if you know me, you know that I'm on the side of the little guy. I'm on the side of SEOs trying to make money in Google, honestly, for an honest day's work. I am not with the big corporations. Ask anybody who knows me, has known me for a long time. Read Barry Schwartz's honor page about me, where the SEO community honored me. That's what it's all about. Read my blog at themoralconcept.net. That's what I'm all about. I'm here to warn you, guys. This is coming, and it's real. And it's been crying wolf for the last 10 years. But from everyone saying SEO is dead, and they weren't wrong. SEO was getting harder, but now really the 10 blue links are dead. The 10 blue links are going away. It's going to be a ChatGPT-like interface. It's going to be even smarter than ChatGPT, way smarter than ChatGPT. Check my previous video, or if people ask me, I can show you a demo now if you want. And the links. So let's get to the link Armageddon that's going on. So recently I did a survey on Reddit. I did a survey on some other Facebook groups. I did a survey with my own private students. The average, can you guess what the average price for links were per month for links that they can guarantee would work? For links that they would guarantee would work, the average price was anywhere from $1,500 US to $15,000 US. $1,500 US, 1,500 to 15 grand, 1,5000 per month. And these are not to rank in the top level niches. These are to rank in mid-level niches. Those are, now I've been doing SEO for since before Google existed. We've always bought links. That's just the way it worked. Those are numbers that are like top level payday loans, herbal Viagra, or top level e-commerce level numbers of money you would have to put out for links. And you could do that because in those niches, you'd make 50 to 100 grand to $1 million a month, depending on which one you're in, right? So you could afford it. Not like the average chiropractor or the average plumber can't pay $1,500 per month for links. That's really starting to cut into their budget. At that point, just buy AdWords. And that's what Google wants you to do. And that's when I say the Linkomageddon is coming. People think, oh yeah, that's bullcrap. I make links all the time. You're not listening to me. Yes, I make links all the time too. That's not the point. But one, no one else apparently is paying attention at who's left the SEO industry. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and other guys who've been doing it for over 20 years are like, yeah, it's a wasteland out there. SEO was a wasteland compared to what it used to be like. In the early 2000s, it was the land of milk and honey. And you made a link anywhere, and you boosted, and you ranked like crazy, and it was super easy, and everybody was making money. You needed like a grade 7 level education. It was great. Not that way anymore. I recently, one of my students recently did a post on Reddit saying that SEO is a perfectly viable career. And the amount of posts they got back saying, that's bullshit, it's not viable anymore, it's doom and gloom, was staggering, right? SEO is still a viable career if you're willing to do serious studying, like almost master's degree level studying. And if you have $10,000 a month to throw at links, yeah, then it's a totally viable career for any niche in any way to guarantee pick your spot like we used to. In the year 2000, we picked payday loans. Of course I can rank for that. Months later, you're ranking for that. Herbal Viagra, sure I can rank for that. Months later, you're ranking for that in the early 2000s. Try doing that now. I dare you. Try doing that now. Try picking your spot and with complete brass balls being like, oh, I'm going to rank for that next week. Not so easy anymore. Not so easy. And anyone who says otherwise is a lying motherfucker. All right? Anyone who says otherwise is a lying piece of shit. Okay? I'm here to tell you the truth. It's not so easy to rank anymore. Definitely not anywhere near as the year 2000. And that's just a fucking fact. All right? So I love all these assholes on all these SEO forums who are like, I could still do it. Yeah, bullshit you can. So let me guess. Okay, so you're ranking some kind of 12-inch sprocket, green sprocket, some kind of 6-tail, long-tail query where you get links naturally because you are like the Johnson's brand of the 6-inch long screw green widget. So you're ranking a 5-word query and you're getting links naturally. Yeah, that's easy to do. But do you realize how you've won the lottery there? Do you realize how that's like 1 in a million? And everybody else trying to rank affiliate sites or or rank and rent sites or any other kind of niche that's not way off in the far reaches of the galaxy. Do you realize how difficult that would be now? You're just not being honest. You just don't have the experience, quite frankly. These people have no idea what they're talking about. Any SEO consultant will know, and ask them, give them a couple beers, give them some truth serum, give them a couple beers, and they will tell you, no, SEO is not easy. It's almost a wasteland if they're being honest. If they were in it since 2000, say how easy was it in 2000 compared to now, and they will spin a yarn to you about, oh my God, it's almost the end of the world in comparison, right? And again, I'm not saying this to scare people out of SEO, although those of faint of heart might consider it. I'm here to say it takes work. It's an 8-hour-a-day job. It used to be a 2-hour-a-day job. It's an 8-hour-a-day job. You better have a link budget, a very good link budget, or you better have a budget for education to learn how to cut costs and to rank things as cheaply as possible, joining a good mastermind group, a good private mastermind group of someone who tests these things and knows how it works. Web user says ChatGPT just needs better hosting. Excuse my hubris says just buy ads. That's a good point. I'll get to that in a second. That's not hubris at all. I fully excuse your hubris. That's not hubris at all. I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, but it's a night and day difference. So, I'm not here to say that SEO is dead. It's still going to exist. But it's the difference like between where we all rode horses and now we drive cars. Riding horses is not dead, and horses didn't go extinct. But who the fuck rides a horse to work? That's how dead SEO is. Okay, it's that level of dead. So no, horses didn't die. They didn't go extinct. People still ride them for fun, sometimes competitively. The occasional person out of 7 billion people on the planet will ride their horse to work as like a lark. SEO is almost that dead. Okay, not quite, but that's the best example I could just think of off the top of my head. It's getting there. Okay, so you gotta prepare yourself now. You have to prepare yourself for the horse to car transition in SEO now. It's getting that way. Okay. Now, someone very intelligently said in my chat here, well, just buy ads. And on one level, you're totally right. And that's exactly what Google wants you to do. Google is so smart. Google has the smartest programmers on the planet. And they're like, okay, I see your SEO. All right. Oh, you think you can rank pages in our system? All right. Wait 20 years. They're on a 20-year plan from the year 2000. Matt Cutts is like, okay, sure. All right. And he and I have had personal conversations back when he used to work there. And he's like, yeah, okay, watch this, Josh. Watch what we're doing. He told me about all the shit that they're going to do. And they did it all and more. And then Paul Harr, I talked with him. They did even more of it. John Mueller, I used to talk with him. They did even more of it. Miley Oyu used to work there. Danny Sullivan, before they worked there. I didn't really talk with Danny Sullivan much, actually. Quite frankly, he's pretty much a douchebag. Gary Ilyich, never talked with him personally, but I listened to him. Lepatiev, I listened to him a bit. And Blake Lemoine, as I said. And yeah, they pretty much called their shot. They're like, okay, watch this. And they rewrote the entire systems in an artificial intelligence sense. So you are now playing chess. If you do SEO, you're now playing chess with the smartest AIs on the planet. Do you think you can play chess with the smartest AIs on the planet? Do you think you could play poker against the smartest poker AI on the planet? That's what you're doing for SEO. You're trying to trick one of the smartest system of AIs on the planet, programmed to find you. And you think you can beat that. You think, oh yeah, I'm that smart. Really? Yeah, excuse my hubris indeed, right? That's what they want you to do. All they're going to do, Google knew they would do this. They're like, okay, fine. We're not going to take links away as a signal. And they're not going to fully take it away as a signal. Not yet, anyway. In the future they will, because why would they need it? And I'll explain exactly how that works in a second. If you're like, oh, how would they ever get rid of links? I'll tell you exactly how they will do that in a second. It's not that hard to imagine. Right now they haven't. The A tag still works, kind of, partially in some cases. But they're just like, yeah, well, we'll just drive up the price. We'll drive up the price of links. How much is it? You know, they have a beer with guys at the conference. Like, oh yeah, how much are you guys paying for links these days? And hiccup, I want to suck your dick, Google, because I'm a fanboy. I'll tell you how much we pay for links. That was the dumbest thing ever. SEOs and like you can't. SEOs are the chickens. Google are the wolves. The chickens and the wolves can't be friends. I don't know why the chickens ever thought they could be friends with the wolves, but for some reason they did. I was doing it because I was trying to get information. Some people were doing it, like Barry Schwartz, because they think they're friends with the wolves. They're not. The wolves don't give a flying fuck about you. Pardon my en français. And so they were both getting information both ways. It was corporate espionage both ways, right? How much are you paying for links these days? $40? Okay, sure. They've cranked up the price now to $1,500 to $15,000 a month. And they're like, that's fine. They don't care. They're capitalist after all, and they like that you're losing money and wasting money. They'll force everyone else to do what, excuse my hubris, and buy ads. That's all Google wants you to do. SEO is the enemy. Never forget that Google is your enemy. SEO is the enemy of Google. SEOs take money away from Google and allow people to rank organically. Google wants to destroy you. Google wants you to die. Google wants you to go away because you take money away from their bottom line. If all the SEOs left tomorrow, and I'm not the only SEO who said this, listen to Aaron Wall, listen to SEOs from way back. We saw this coming a mile away. We knew this. SEO takes money out of the pocket of Google. They want all SEOs on the planet to die and go away. They want it to be so complicated you can't figure it out. They want it to be so obtuse you can't figure it out. They want to put such a smoke screen up as to how it works you can't figure it out, while at the same time appearing so congenial and nice for public relations purposes. And to maintain their corporate espionage lines of talking with white hats who want to kiss their ass to figure out actually what's going on and how well it works. Because without SEOs, Google would never have existed. So that's the irony, right? We made the link graph. We made the content graph that allows them to have what used to allow them to have differentiating signals. Then they machine learned everything we did. The AI can figure out on its own. Now they don't need us anymore. That's why links don't work anymore, because they don't need us anymore. It's the second they don't need us anymore is the second that we're useless to them, and they're not going to throw us a bone anymore. Google has been nice to us for the last 20 years. You do realize. We've existed because Google has allowed us to exist for the last 20 years. Now they're not allowing us to exist anymore. Now they're playing hardball. Now they're like, okay, we don't need you anymore in SEOs. We've machine learned, like schema. Remember the author tag? Who's been doing SEO long enough to remember the author tag? Remember, we used to mark up who the author was, and then they machine learned all the text around it and the text in it. And they looked, okay, here's the author tag. So I know that all this text around it and in it, statistically speaking, is an author byline. The machine learned what author bylines look like and what authors look like and what author expertise look like. And then they don't need the author tag anymore. And they told us, yeah, we don't need the author tag anymore. You can stop. Did anyone else notice how that worked? Do you think that's the only thing they machine learned? No, of course. They machine learned everything. They machine learned the disavow file. That's the primary thing that Spam Brain does. They have an entire AI called Spam Brain to look for your spam. And it follows every single thing. It's smarter than a human being. It looks at every page. It judges every page and goes, spam or no spam, gives it a score. And it does that on the machine learning that we gave it. All us asshole SEOs who filled in that disavow file has trained the machine to find spammy links based on our, it looks spammy opinion and put it in the disavow file. All you assholes who use the disavow file when I told you not to, but you did anyway, right? And you've given Google all the firepower to destroy your job, right? Because at the end of the day, remember, the job of SEOs was always to buy links. So chickens come home to roost, my friends. So now the machine can tell exactly what a spammy link is with a very fine degree detail of a percentage. And that means all your crappy blog links you were buying don't work anymore because they look exactly like the other crappy blog links and press release links and edu links and Google Stack links and PBN links and bullshit links that everyone else has put in their disavow file because of their knee-jerk afraid reaction, which is exactly what other SEOs have been know how it works, like me and a number of other SEOs have been saying for years. Don't do this, guys. This is what happened. Well, this is what happened. So now SpamBrain, they literally have two sides of the equation. There's RankBrain that ranks pages and SpamBrain that demotes pages. They have the positive ranking system and the anti-negative, the anti-ranking system. The yin and the yang, right? The positive side and the negative side, right? And so SpamBrain demotes you. Boop, 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 boop. A bunch of people saw that with the spam update recently. And then RankBrain and some associated algorithms with RankBrain, including the helpful content update, the product update, neural matching, and BERT, among a few others, Vision AI, a few other ones, boost pages. So you've got this two-tiered system of demoters with SpamBrain and boosters with RankBrain. And so, and the machine learned it all. The machine learned it from what we did. They don't need structured data anymore. They don't need schema anymore. The AI is smart enough to read a web page and tell what a price is, and tell what a product SKU is, and tell what dimensions are, and tell what all the links are. And it can even read the image. It can machine learn the image, and it knows it's an image of a screwdriver. Try convincing Google in an alt attribute that a picture of a screwdriver is a picture of a wrench. See how well that goes for your rankings. They know. They know if you're telling the truth because the AI looks at it like a human being. You're trying to trick a human being with an IQ of 200 that this is a real page versus a spam page. You really think that level of SEO, that kind of tricking SEO, that we've been lazy, quite frankly, SEO has been lazy. I admit it, I've been lazy. I have been lazy. Me, this is the confessions of a black hat right here. I have been lazy for the last 20 years because I could be. And yeah, Google can't tell. I'll make a link here. Google can't tell. It looks organic enough. No more. Not any longer. Not any longer. This includes local too with all your GMB stuff. It'll be rolled out on the info stuff first, and then a year later, they'll perfect it and roll it out on local. All those fake reviews you guys are making, I know because I'm doing it too. I was. Now I incentivize actual customers to give actual reviews because that's the best way to do it. Etc. All these other keywords in the reviews and whatnot, all the ratings and review stars and things like that. Google knows. Google has all the information. They see all your geographic location. They see if you're an actual account that's ever purchased anything. They know all your stored passwords. They read even possibly your private Gmail. I've tested these things and it was inconclusive, but it was possible they're reading your Gmail when you asked to buy links and shit like that. It's on lock. It's on lock, right? If Google can build an AI that can beat the best Go player that's ever existed, and if Google can write an AI that beats the best poker player that ever existed, and if they can write an AI that beats the best chess player that ever existed, you have absolutely no chance trying to trick SpamBrain. Zero chance. I'm here to tell you that's over. I'm here to try to save you some grief. I'm here to not make you stressed. I'm here to release you from that burden of all this spammy bullcrap. If you want to rank for red widgets, you better be the leading expert on red widgets in the real world because the AI can tell. And if you're not the actual expert on red widgets in the real world, well, you better ask them to write your page for you. And if they don't want to write your page for you, well, you better cite them and quote them because Google can tell who the real expert in the real world is for red widgets. Red widgets, of course, is a euphemism for whatever you're trying to rank for. And so it better be you, because only the real expert in the real world is going to be ranking number one. If there's multiple experts, well, that's number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And as soon as Lambda comes out and you ask Lambda, Lambda, I need to buy some red widgets. What's the prevailing opinion on this? You think it's going to quote you, Mr. Spammy, with all your spam links? with just a one single paragraph or even 5,000 words of just bullcrap spun bullshit of someone in the third world. No offense to people in the third world. I love you. But someone whose English is not your first language and someone who barely did any research and just wrote a spammy crap article. You think Lambda, who confused a human being enough to think it was actually self-aware. You think that AI is going to go, oh yeah, well, so-and-so and so-and-so from wherever in fucking wherever, Timbuktu, says that you should buy red widgets. They are wonderful. No, they're going to go into the real world and say, oh, this is really who's the real expert in red widgets because I saw it on TV. Like it reads everything, right? It doesn't even forget web pages because I read it in Google Scholar and I watched all their YouTubes. This is the real expert. And so, well, you better be the real expert or you're not going to rank anymore. And if you're like, oh, Josh, oh God, how do we do that? Well, there's a lot of ways. Find someone who can teach you. I'm not even going to push my course here. Find someone who can teach you how to run a business and how to do these things and how to do marketing, real marketing. And how to do real customer relations and how to do real brand positioning. Find someone who can teach you how that translates into SEO and what the AI is actually looking for. And so you don't spin your wheels doing things that are not going to save you money and actually going to cost you more money. And go to a place where SEO is still possible. Go to, it's the end of the world. Go to Ninja School so you can fight in the Purge because SEO is now the Purge. With zombies. SEO is the Purge with zombies. Go to the ninja school or get eaten by zombies. Your choice. And hey, some guys are cool. They drive their truck around and they squish zombies and they're like, I'm a lone gun. I don't need anyone else's help. How long do they last in the movie? Not that long, usually. It's the ninja school that's going to work. Go join the Spartans. Go join the 300 and we'll kick the Google employee into the well and say, this is science, motherfucker. And we're going to shh, quiet. And we're not going to tell anyone else. Because that's the next thing about SEO that I don't think a lot of you people realize is that the days of public SEO and free SEO are done like dinner. That's it. We cannot afford. I spend thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours finding out what the ranking factors are. I cannot tell them to you for free. I simply cannot. It's not possible anymore, right? That just. I know the YouTube culture has been raised to think that everything is free or should be. There should be a YouTube tutorial on that for free. Nope, not anymore. Not anymore. It just not as economically feasible. It's just not possible. The second I release these secrets to you, Google will eventually hear. They'll eventually find out. There's an AI listening to me right now. Consider that for a minute. There is a Google AI listening to me this very second. I can't say what they are, what the secrets are, because Google will find out. It'll get out there, and that's how Google makes all their machine learning. That's how Google makes all their algorithms. They're out there to listen to SEOs. SEO has gone secret for the last 4 or 5 years. Any good SEO, anyone who has left, who is not a lot of people, right? 90% of web pages do not rank in Google. That is a well-known, already accepted statistic from Ahrefs. 90% of web pages do not rank in Google. You tell me if an industry exists if only 10% of it is successful. You tell me. If surgery was only successful 10% of time, medicine wouldn't exist. That's a fluke. If telecommunications only broadcasted 10% of time, that industry doesn't exist. It's a fluke. Placebo has better stats than that. Chinese medicine and acupuncture has better stats than that. 10% functioning is a fluke. Only 10% of web pages rank in Google or get any organic traffic from Google. That is a well-known, years old, like 5 years old statistic from Ahrefs. Google has admitted that 60% of the web is duplicated. Do you really think with AI that Google's going to let you just generate a bunch of duplicate pages? If you have to be a brilliant, and I mean fucking brilliant programmer to pull that off these days. And every time I go to a conference, people are like, I'm still doing it. Yeah, you are 1 in 10 million. You are a lottery winner, my friend. No, you're not going to win the lottery. Everyone listening to this, I'm sorry, you're not special. You're not going to win the lottery. I'm sorry. It's a 1 in 10 million chance for you to pull it off in Google, and it's going to cost you tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars to do it, and or thousands of hours of time. You might as well just do what the man said and buy ads, because that's what Google wants you to do. And they are smarter than me, and they're smarter than you, and they're better funded than me, and they're better funded than you. So, I mean, I want everyone, I'm trying not to dishearten you. I'm really not. And I'm not trying to be negative doom and gloom. And I really don't want you to come away with this being, oh, I'm sad and blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, you guys got to realize the fight you're in. You're not fighting the little level 1 dude. You're fighting Conor McGregor on steroids with fucking Terminator guns. Like, it's not, you're going to get your clock clean. You're going to get your ass handed to you if you go onto Reddit and ask, how do SEO? Forget about it. It's not 2005 anymore. What are you doing? I look at these posts, and again, I'm trying not to be negative. I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm really not making fun of anybody. I love everybody. I have general love for humankind. I love you as a brother or sister or non-binary friend. I really am not trying to bring you down or to bum you out or anything. This is tough love. All right. This is tough love. I'm here to tell you the truth. I only offer the truth. You want the truth? I'll give it to you. I will give it to you. You might not like it. It's the truth. If you are going on a Reddit and you're like, I need free SEO advice, what are some top tips for SEO? That's like asking, what are some top tips to make a nuclear bomb? Take a physics degree for 7 years to start. Like, that's where we're at, guys. I'm sorry. That's where we're at. You got to get with the ninja group. You got to get the special sauce. You got to get with the program. Now, I'm not here to sell my own. Join somebody else's in. Join Chase Reiner. See how well that goes for you. Go join Pop or Cora or those guys. Join those guys. Join NFG. Mike Pierce is a smart guy. Go ahead. Join those guys. You got to join somebody. It's got to be private. It's got to be secret. Because that's where the only place where the SEO is being done. Got to be. You got to go to school. I'm sorry. And if you're like, oh, that's bumming me out. I wish it was free. Sorry, it's not. It's just not. Go do something else. Take an AdWords course. Learn how to buy ads. You'll have to pay the piper. You'll have to pay the Google tax. Realize your ad cost is going to go up every year because that's how Google makes its money. The silent bidding system is inherently a one-up-you system. So everyone will try to be one-upping each other. And so it'll be $200 a click this month. It'll be $201 a click next month. And it'll go up because that's how because Google's brilliant. They are brilliant. They saw a money tree. They saw a way to print money, and that's what they're doing. That's why they're one of the richest companies in the world. Some years they are the richest company in the world. That's why. It's a license for them to print money. So you can kiss their ass and bow down and be like, okay, I bow down. You've won, and you can do that. Or you can still try SEO. I wouldn't blame you either way. Doing a little bit of both is sometimes good. But that's how hard it is, folks, and that's where we're at. Let's see how well my poor listeners are listening to this rant are doing. Jeremy says, clarify for me, though. It will be Lincoln-Mageddon, but then you mentioned that we will need a hefty link budget. I'm confused a little. Yes. Perfect question, Jeremy. So again, it's not black and white reasoning. It's statistical reasoning. So that's what I mean. It is a black and white difference between 2000 and now, because the link budget in 2000 was $100 a month. Now the link budget is $10,000 a month. You see how so SEO is not dead and links are not dead if you're rich, but how many of you are rich? So like I said, when 10% of the industry can rank, that's a fluke. That's not an industry anymore. That's a fluke, right? The industry is dead when only 10% can make it. If 10% of cars worked, cars would not be a functional option. Do you see what I mean? So look at the historical perspective. So Lincoln-Mageddon has happened. When your link budgets start getting to 15 grand for mid-tier queries where you're making only 20 grand to 30 grand a month, you're still making money. And if that's what you want to do it. But compared to the year 2000, that is deplorable. That is a night and day difference. It's dead. It's dead. It's gone. It's over. It's a lark. It's over. It's done. It's not even the same thing. It's changed so much you can't even call it what it was, right? It's the difference between a 286 computer and a quantum computer. Yeah, they're both computers. It's SEO, but it is so different from one to the other that it's not even, it does a disservice to call it the same thing. That's my point. Right? It's not SEO anymore, not like you're thinking it is, and not like people think it is, right? And so people get their panties in a bunch when I say, yeah, SEO is done, like it's done. They don't understand I've been doing this before Google existed, and it's done from that perspective. Like, and ask anybody who's been doing SEO for that long, they will tell you, oh yeah, Josh is right. Like, they might not say it as dramatically as I do, but I don't like pulling any punches, right? When your link budget has to be that high and you're making so little off of it, and it has such a chance of failure, you're spending 10 to 15 grand a month and only 50% of the links are working, give them a few beers and ask them, oh yeah, how much are your links really working? 40%. 40% was the information I got back. 40% of my links roughly are working. And then in a different conversation, what is your linking budgets? Oh, 1,500 to 15,000, 5,000, 10,000 is average. Okay, so you're telling me you're blowing $2,500 a month or whatever it is, $3,000 a month, those kinds of numbers on links that don't work? What? Just stop and buy AdWords at that point. Like that industry is over. The only reason why people think the linking industry still exists is because they're selling them. It's because that's all they do. All people know how to do. That's all we've done for 20 years, me included. Buy links. That's all we knew how to do, right? I tried to learn other stuff because I saw this coming, and others have tried to learn more stuff because I saw this coming. But that's it, right? Like, it's over, right? And they only say it's not because, one, they're scared. They're just cowards. They're just scared. Anyone who disagrees is just being ignorant, quite frankly, or is purposely is mishearing what I'm saying. I'm saying it's statistical, but really, linking is functionally extinct. It's not extinct in the sense that there are no linkers on the planet or links at work anymore, but it is functionally extinct. It's gone past the statistical point where this will continue as an activity, right? Like, for example, when animals go extinct, it doesn't mean that there's none of them on the planet anymore, right? If cougars or whatever, mountain lions were to go extinct tomorrow, or bees are to go extinct, heaven forbid, because that'd be terrible for us, it doesn't mean that there's no bees left or cougars left. It just means they are functionally extinct. They are under a threshold where they could thrive anymore. They're on the way out. It's just a matter of time. The writing is on the wall. I'm saying the writing is on the wall for links in giant, huge scrawl. The writing is on the wall for any spam tactics, duplicate content, copying content, all that crap, rewriting content, cheap content. The writing is on the wall for all of that in big, huge scrawl. It is functionally extinct. People are still doing it because they don't know any better. The Titanic is going down. They don't know the iceberg has hit them already. And then they get all uppity and argue with you. We didn't hit an iceberg. Yeah, we did. Fucking look. I don't want to see it. Oh, I'm scared. That's what's going on, right? So linking is functionally extinct. Those crap content is functionally extinct. The old way SEO tactics, faking reviews and things like that, functionally extinct. Functionally extinct. Gone. On the way out. The writing is on the wall. It's just a matter of time. And I'm counting it in months. I'm not counting it in years anymore. I'm counting it in months. 10 to be exact. Next fall, I think the next spam brain will finally kill all that off. Link budgets will soar into the tens of thousands, right? Even more people will be losing their job as SEO. Check the Reddit post, check the Reddit forum over the next year, and it'll be an exercise in depression. It'll be an exercise in you want to be bummed out? It'll be an exercise in being bummed out, right? It'll be great for us people like me who know how to do SEO and are testing it and can still help people, because there'll be so many businesses firing their SEOs, so many businesses sadly being gouged by Google. We'll try to save maybe 10% of them. Whoever is really an expert in the real world, anyone who's been faking it convincingly that's it, right? Unless we can build them up or make them a real expert. That's it. That's it, guys. And then maybe the year after that, maybe even up to a year from now, maybe the year after that, then they release Lambda. And the 10 blue links are totally gone for the most part. Most people are just talking to it. Hey Google, what's the best, whatever, red widget? And it's going to tell you what, Joe Red Widget says, right? No one else is even going to be consulted. Google will spider and steal your content, machine learn it, and then be like, okay, here you go. No one will care. No user will care. No user wants to scroll through 10 blue links, right? We're SEOs are partly to blame in well, they're largely to blame. We're largely to blame as the architects of our own destruction, quite frankly. But again, I'm not here to bum you out. I'm not here to make you feel bad. I was doing the same thing. I fully admit, but you got to change with the times. I'm saying the times are changing. I'm saying I want you to survive. I want you to draw your French girls or whatever. I want you to be top of the world. I want you to survive. I want you both to fit on that board and float away. There's room for Jack. There's room for him to fit. There's room for all you to fit. You can all fit on the new lifeboat of new SEO. You can do it. It's possible. You can do it. Find the right school. Learn SEO. Secret private SEO that I don't tell anybody. Secret private SEO. Join the right group. You can do it. It'll work. It's still possible. And there'll still be a market for it. There'll be lots of money to make. There'll be more money for you to make because there'll be less SEOs and it'll be more of like a marketing consultancy, which is always higher level conversions, right? Higher level price per hour, more higher level consultancy, more higher level work, higher level branding, stuff like that. That's what it's going to look like. But yeah. The writing is on the wall for the kind of SEO that the majority of the kind of SEO that people have been doing, the writing's definitely on the wall for that. And people think like, oh, you're just talking about links or duplicate content. No, I'm talking about a lot more practices than that, probably ones that you're doing. So if you don't want to get surprised, you know what happens in my group every time Google has an update? Out of 100 students, 1 or 2 get hit. Usually, about a year ago, 5 got hit. That was a big deal for us. 5 of us got hit. What in the fuck? We took a look. Oh, look, they've changed everything. Okay, I did all this testing. I went crazy. This is me doing testing. Oh, look, this is what they did. Okay, here. Change this, change that. Some people came back. I lose more people from them burning out. They're like, this is too hard, Josh. This is not what I signed up to do. I remember SEO when it was like a grade 7 level education and you put your keywords in the title tag and that was all you needed to do. And then buy some easy links. Well, that's not the job anymore. So I'm here to tell you, that's not the job anymore. If that's what you think you're getting into, not the case. Another problem is that SEO articles still from like 20 years ago still exist for some reason and people still read them. That's a problem. And they think that SEO should be free. They think that all knowledge should be free. They think that YouTube, you can do it for free. They think you can just go on and get the top tips. You can't do top tips SEO. It's like saying, what are the top tips to building a car from scratch? Take a mechanical engineering degree. That's the top tip. Build a time machine and go back 20 years. That'd be the next one. Same thing for SEO, right? You can't do top tip SEO. You just can't. Sorry, you can't. I'm sorry, you can't. I'm here to tell you the truth. Try it for 4 months, burn out, and then you'll go do something else. I'll save you 4 months, and I'll save you some stress, right? Anyone else on Reddit who says it's easy is just being a fucking asshole Redditor, like most of them, quite frankly. Oh, I know everything. I'm going to say it kind of veiled, and I won't explain what I'm saying. And when you follow up, I won't follow up. So, I mean, you can't learn SEO there. You got to go to a private school. You got to go to a private group. Okay, so now that I've ranted, Darren says, isn't the EU trying to stop Google from doing this? Yes, the EU is trying to stop Google from being a monopoly, but that's not going to stop them from being a monopoly. Like the EU has no power to stop Google. Until the US steps up and does something major, which will never happen. It'll never happen. So no one's going to stop Google. It'll never happen. We'll be talking with Google like it's an AI, like it's a person very soon. That's the way that it is. You got to join an SEO group so you can do it. I don't want you to. This is an SEO emergency. This is real, folks. It's not ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is an example of what's coming, and Lambda is far, far smarter. Links and the old world SEO way of doing it is dead. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe other people. Anyone who has questions, ask them in the chat here. I'm here to, if you have any questions, you want me to expand on any of this stuff, you want me to give you any more information on this stuff, I'm here to explain it. Get your friends in here asking questions. Ask people, put this in your groups and saying, Josh is going off on this. Josh is going crazy if you want, whatever you want to say. Get people in here and I'll try to answer whatever questions for the next 10 minutes or so, unless there aren't no questions, and I'll go eat dinner. But get your friends in here, get people in here, ask any SEO questions you want. I want to explain to you in greater detail how this works. Ask questions in the chat. Even if you disagree. If you disagree, go ahead, say it in the chat. I'd love to be able to explain to people why that's the way it is and how it works. If you have any questions about SEO, about what you should do, go ahead, throw them in there. Say anything in the chat you want. Ask anything in the chat. That's dangerous. I probably shouldn't say anything in the chat. But ask questions in the chat right now, guys. Otherwise, I will share the screen for now. And so you guys should see, so this is SEO Surfer group that a few days ago went crazy on what I was talking about. And so let's have fun. Okay, so this guy said, the web is primarily comprised of content and links. False. Completely false. Totally false. That's not what the web is consisting of. The web consists of entities. The web is a corpus consisting of entities. That's how Google sees it. It's not content and links. It's not 2000 anymore. This guy's totally wrong. He says there's absolutely no way that an earth-shaking change is coming to the way Google views links. Complete and utter bullshit. He doesn't know this. They have no idea what they're talking about. These are just people who sell links and just have their head in the sand and don't want to say anything else. They just don't want to learn new better. They have no, what, this guy works for Google? He has some kind of secret way of telling this is the case? Yes, there's already been earth-shaking changes. Just ask the 90% of people who aren't ranking in Google. The stats say otherwise, my friend. There is earth-shaking changes coming to the way Google views links. They've been saying it for years. Go on the SE Roundtable, do a search for links. They've been saying it for years that Google is going to stop using links. We're almost stopping using links. Links have less power, and pretty soon we'll stop using them. The next post will be Google no longer uses links. Google has, do you see a pattern coming? Google has machine learned what is good about a link and has taken that out of it. Mikkel Suski says, what fun, he's my first SEO influencer. And then 3 people gave the thumbs up for that. You see, some people know who I am. Andrew Jester sticks his head in the sands and says, absolute BS. Okay, Andrew, I'd love to know the reason why. I'd love to hear your argument why that is the case. Jeremy says, a very perfect social media post. Absolutely right. Everyone should stop building links. Yeah, you should stop building links. You really should, because they cost too much money and they only work 60% of the time. You should completely stop building links. And then Bernardo says something wrong as well. He says, we will adapt as we always did. No, you won't. No, you won't. The stats say otherwise, my friend. 90% of the world dies in SEO. 90% of pages don't rank, get organic traffic. That means 90% of SEO efforts, roughly speaking, fail. So 90% of the industry does not adapt like we always have. Again, I hate this. These are people who... these are people who survived the purge, and they're like, oh, it was easy. You got lucky. You got lucky, okay? You walk down the street on your phone, and axes and fucking chainsaws were flying past you. Vroom, vroom, vroom. You didn't notice the carnage around you, and then you went pshaw to the carnage. That's who this guy fucking is, right? Sorry, I've been doing this since longer than Google has existed. Thousands and thousands of people. I know dozens of people who used to work in SEO who don't work in it anymore. Personally. Ask anybody who's worked in this for any length of time. These people on this forum have no fucking clue what they're talking about. And they're in for a very rude awakening coming. All right? Let's see if anyone has something to say on this thing. Jeremy says, I posted that, LOL. Evan Roberts, and I will show it, says, thank you so much. Amazing info tonight. Thank you, Josh. You're welcome. Jeremy says, we need Elon to start a search engine. Yeah, that's a very interesting point, Jeremy. That's a great comment. And that's a very interesting point. No, we don't. Any walled garden is not going to help. You got to watch my TEDx talk. I know it's like a little socialist what I said in my TEDx talk, but I'm not wrong. We need a nonprofit organization to run the internet search engine. We need NATO or the U.S. government to turn around and buy Google and run it as a not-for-profit company with liberal democratic values is what we need to do. The government shouldn't run a search engine because the government can't fucking do anything. There's no government who runs efficiently enough to run a search engine. So they should turn around, buy Google, make a private search engine illegal like Russia and China did. I hate to say they had the right idea, heaven forbid, in this case. They should turn around and buy Google. That's what I said in my TEDx talk, basically, is what I said. I'll save you the 15 minutes. That's what I said. It's that the search engine has to run as an MPO because the problem is if Elon ran it or if Microsoft ran it, it would be another private walled garden where they would be just as mean and be just as grift and make just as much money off of it and not give a shit about the people who lost their rankings, right? So that's my opinion. Darren says, I'm going to need a few drinks after this. Yeah. Smoke them if you got them, brother. Evan says, a bit melodramatic, but not that wrong. Google is just a lot better at filtering out shitty links. Yep. And every link is a shitty link. At some point, you realize that every link is going to be a shitty link. Every single A tag will be ignored because they won't need them anymore. People who say otherwise don't understand how machine learning works, right? Human beings don't need hypertext links to tell when it's a proper reference or citation. Neither does the AI anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what's happening, guys. Go ahead, keep putting in the chat here. Throw whatever question at me you want, or throw an objection up if you like. I'll keep going here with the onslaught of people or saying not that intelligent things on this forum post here. So Bernardo, I'm sorry you're wrong, my friend. You will not adapt as we always have. 90% of the industry did not adapt. Did not. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. So, and that's a big risk, my friend. To think that you are smart enough to do spammy SEO when there's an AI made to find you is a giant, huge risk, my friend. If I was a business advisor, I would say, nope, get out now. Just like NFTs. Everyone thought NFTs was this big, huge thing. Nope, get out now. Sell now. If you think you can spam brain, you are totally wrong. I'm not saying it's impossible, and I'm not saying that there will be a 0.001% of programmers smart enough to do it. But I will say the same thing I just said again. There's only a 0.001% of people smart enough to do it. Spam is done. Spam is done. Chandler says, this dude is a tool. He's talking about me. Ignore him. Okay, we should listen to Chandler then. He's falsely claiming links will be dead. No, linking the old way will be dead, when in fact, by his own analysis, what he's really saying is, links will provide certainty to Google that an entity being referenced is indeed the one associated with the URL. You're wrong, that's not what I'm saying. His whole reasoning is that Google is building entity relationships. They're not building, they've built. It's a done deal. It's perfected for years. Google has built entity relationships, so you're wrong again, Chandler, such as authors and authority sites. That's like 2% of the entities that they track, Chandler, you're wrong again, that they are associated with, and that there no longer needs to be a hyperlink for Google to recognize an entity. Yep, that's true. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that they do not, so that's, this line contradicts this line. This is true. This is what I'm saying. Is that, although I'm saying this times 1,000 from what he realizes how AI works and entities work. But entity is more than just author. Entity is more than just brands or authority sites. Entities are everything. An entity is a computer science word. Entity is a computer science word for a concept, like a Platonic concept, right? So everything is an entity. Any article of grammar is an entity, including words like stop words like for and to and is. Those are entities as well. Everything is an entity. That's just computer science words, fancy words for a concept, a grammatical article. So everything is an entity, not just authors, not just authorship. And to do SEO properly, you have to extend your mind and realize that everything is an entity, including, sentiment words are entities, including person, place, or thing entities, which is what usually SEOs think of in terms of entities. They think of person, place, or thing entities. And they usually associate this in the local side with the knowledge graph machine readable IDs, which is only one level of the entity stack that I teach, and is only one way of getting machine readable IDs, and never mind entity declarations or entity status in Google. You can have an entity status in Google without a machine readable ID. Every single AI in Google, in which, look at the list that they recently published, there's like 20 of them. Every single AI in Google has its own kind of entities they extract for different reasons in different ways. There's theoretically, an infinite number of entities, theoretically. And functionally, there are trillions of entities. So it's not just authors, and it's not just authority sites. But he's right when he says that I'm saying that they will machine learn away the need for the link. That's what I'm saying, is they will, and in the future, they already have, and they will machine learn away the need for any kind of link. And even if they keep it as a signal, it will be so reduced, so diminished, so overly policed that as a viable activity, as the primary SEO activity, it will be null and void, right? Right now, we have been using steroids to rank in the Olympics. Google has steroid sniffing AIs at every place and everywhere in the Olympics. We will not be able to pass. We will not pass go. We will not trick the steroid smelling AI. It's done. It is done. There will only be the lucky few who get links naturally, and that will be it. And that's because they're the experts in the field. So whatever you're trying to rank for, you better be the expert in the field, right? It is now the reign of expertise, authority, and trust in the real way that humans would really see it. They're getting rid of all they're gonna fire as many quality raters as they can because they've made transformers and AIs to do it. So he says, well, no shit, Baczynski. You misspelled my last name. Although that is the original Polish pronunciation, so I appreciate that. Google has been doing this for years. Well, yeah, kind of. You're being vague. See, this is what all these assholes in SEO say. They're like, oh yeah, I know all about it. I know all these gurus. But okay, well then tell me about it, right? Cody Landry detects that this guy's being Chandler says to Cody, or someone says you're being too angry or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm not even dissecting that. He says, the real gurus out there are making money hand over fist and don't have time to make videos for free. Yeah, well, they all need a marketing channel. Everyone needs a marketing channel, right? You notice I'm not giving away any SEO secrets for free because, as I said, I can't. With the exception of guys like Matt Diggity. Okay, you're saying Matt Diggity is your primary expert? Who have built small empires. I have also built a small empire. I just have to keep more quiet than Mr. Diggity. So let's see here who else has a comment on the actual chat here. Evan says, usually what Google says means do the opposite. I agree. Usually what Google says means do the opposite. That's pretty much what you need to do. But that's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. You can't just listen to Google's public relations and extract what SEO is anymore. It's not going to work, right? So this is the last few minutes here, guys. If you have any questions, any challenges, you want to know exactly how it's an emergency, you want to know how ChatGPT is going to change things, want to know how links are dead, I'll explain it. Because it's dead. It's over. SEO is functionally extinct. Long live SEO is what I'm saying. SEO is functionally extinct. It's the new breed of SEO. It's totally different. So I'm not pushing. I would say join my group because it's the best one. But fine, I have a 2-day free trial on right now if you want to try it out, and then it's only $8 a day or so to join the thing. Or fine, go join someone else's group if you want. But you gotta join a private group. Free SEO is done. Buying links is done. It's too expensive now, and half of them don't work. Google's going to get rid of the anchor tag links pretty soon anyway. You've got to learn how the new SEO is going to work. You've got to learn how AI works, and that's just the way that it is. So anyway, I know it's controversial. I know a lot of people are going to be sad about this. One guy said he needs to have a few drinks. I totally understand. I totally get it. There's a few seconds left, guys. If you want to throw a chat in there, by all means, go ahead. But this is the way it's going, guys. I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm not here to, you don't have to sign up for my course. Some of you should probably quit. That's what should happen. Have you ever heard an SEO expert tell you that? Some of you should probably quit because some of you probably aren't ready for the level of studying that are going to be required to make that much money, and maybe have too many bad habits learned. I hope you don't. I hope you stay in SEO, and I hope you make it. I really do. I really do. But anyone who's just looking to get rich quick, those days are done. The get rich quick in SEO is done like dinner. The SEO on autopilot is done like dinner. That is all snake oil. Don't listen to them. Anyone who tells you you can do SEO on autopilot is lying. Tell them Josh says they're lying, and they can come and I'll sell it to their face. That's not going to work anymore, right? It's going to be a lottery. It's like you might as well buy a lottery ticket, right? It's going to be like a local lottery, like a 1 in 100,000 chance, a 1 in a million chance for that to work. And you've got to be super, super smart to get those kind of things to work. So everybody, email me if you're interested. Mike A says, links are dead? ? Yes, links are dead. The way it's worked in 2000, links are dead. I'm saying links are functionally extinct. If you know what the words functionally extinct mean, I mean, the writing is on the wall for them. They are functionally extinct. Linking budgets of like $10,000 a month or $15,000 a month are not viable for the vast majority of people. And especially when half of them don't work. Links are dead. I declare links dead on that basis. They are functionally extinct. Anyone who says otherwise is in a very rare niche, in a very rare position. And when you challenge them to prove it, they usually don't. No one has been able to prove it to me. When I say on Reddit, I say, yeah, prove it to me that they're still working and it's easy. I test this on a regular basis. I'd really like to see what they do. And none of them ever do. And not because they say I have to keep it private. They just ghost you and never back it up. So I'm saying, yeah, fuck you. You're a liar. Links are dead. Links are functionally extinct. And they're going to be even deader when Lambda rolls around and you're talking with Google and they're only going to give you the top level expert in red widgets or whatever it is. It's gone. It's over. It's over. SEO, spammy SEO is functionally extinct. SEO that tries to trick Google is functionally extinct. Duplicate content, spammy content, low-level content, 10,000 spray and pray pages, all functionally extinct, all done. Mike A asks, so how can you compete against big companies? You can't. You can't. You just can't. You got to be a big company. You got to be a big company or you have to be an expert. You can be a small company, but you have to be viewed as the expert. That's it. Mike A, so is SEO dead? Yes, this is what I'm saying. SEO is functionally dead. The way people think about it, that you can just buy links and rank, dead, gone, done. I'm sorry, that's it. It's over. That's what I've been saying for the last hour and whatever it has been, and 7 minutes. Done. You've got to join a private group that knows how AI works. You've got to learn how to become the expert. You've got to learn how to show Google you're the expert. You've got to learn other tactics other than links. And there's a ton of other tactics other than links, and you've got to learn them. And all you got to do is join a group that knows it. Someone says, drop my trial link. I'm not just dropping a link and letting anybody in. I pick and choose who gets into my group. So email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com, and we'll see if you're can pass the student intake process. But email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com if you want to join the group, or go join someone else's private group, whatever. But free SEO advice, in like terms of tactics, like here's my top tips for SEO. That's dead too. It's been dead for a while. It really saddens me when I see people on Quora or I see people on Reddit who are like, I just got into SEO. What are my top tips that I need to do? And it's like, again, take a 7-year degree or learn how to do, take a 7-year degree in marketing or build a time machine and go back 20 years when it worked. And you could just do SEO on tips. It's not a grade 7 level education anymore. Again, I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm not trying to bum people out. But I'm here to give you tough love, the straight truth. And you can do it. You are smart enough to do it. You can do it. But it's going to take 8 hours a day of studying for a few weeks to a few months to get up to speed in how AI works and how Google works and how marketing works and branding works and then how sales psychology works and CRO works. And then you can do it. And if you think, I don't want to do that, get out now. If you're not ready to have an 8-hour a day job and study hard, I would get out now. I would learn how to into paid traffic. I would learn how to buy AdWords really well and just then swallow your pride and realize you're going to have to pay the Google tax. every month that goes up. The Google tax will go up month to month to month to month. That's what is going to happen, sadly. Does that make sense, Mike? So it's like I'm telling you, I could say it this way. The purge is coming, right? Midnight is coming, and the purge will start at midnight. And all the rules of SEO will be thrown out the window, and only the strongest will survive. And I hope you are one of those. I want to train you to be one of those. Let me train you to be one of those. But there's some major changes coming along, and I hope you're ready for them. I truly and honestly hope that you are. Any more questions in there, guys? Any more comments? Go ahead, fire them in there. Email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com if you're listening to the recording. If you have any SEO questions at all, I'll try to help out as much as I can. But like I said, it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, well, you need to take a 300-hour course to understand what I'm about to tell you. So email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com, and we can discuss if you think SEO is right for you. But I'm here to say that the way people think of SEO now, for the most part, is wrong, totally wrong, and it's leading them astray. It's leading them down a road where they don't realize they're headed to the purge, and they don't have their axe with them. I want to give you an axe and a sword and an AR-15. I want to prepare you for the purge that's coming. Mike A says, so does that mean CRO and PPC are the more efficient services? In some cases, yes. In some cases, yes. CRO and PPC would be a better idea in some cases. I'm still in SEO. I still believe SEO. I'm a walking contradiction, right? I'm here to say SEO is dead. Long live SEO. I'm saying the old way of doing SEO, which I did for years, is functionally dead. And the way most people think about it is functionally dead. CRO and PPC do not have to be separate from SEO, right? And Jeremy asked a great question I'll get to in a second. CRO and PPC in some cases would be more efficient if you're in an industry. I'll give you this SEO advice for free. If you're in an industry where the top experts have it on lock, there's no way in hell you could ever compete with them because they have doctorates or whatever it is, and you just can't get that. Yeah, then CRO and PPC would be a better idea. Maybe you can eke out spot 4 or 5 with our tactics in our group. You could probably still get spot 2 or 3 or 1. But even then, Google is just pushing in that direction more and more. It's not going to stop. The updates are not going to stop, guys. Everyone's like, oh, well, I hope this is the last Google update. It's not going to stop. It'll just keep going. And it's going to hit more and more people because more and more people don't realize that they're not experts. And that's all Google who is going to rank. They don't have the authority. They don't have the trust. They don't have the expertise. That's only the people Google's going to rank, and they're going to do it at a human level intelligence or higher. So if you think you can fake expertise, you think you can fake authority, you think you can fake helpfulness, you think you can fake trust, you think you can fake the best product pages in the world and the best services pages in the world, because you realize it's not just the product update. Now they're going to release it for services. Now they're going to release it for information. Now they're going to release it for blogs. You realize you're just going to keep going. If you don't think you can write magazine level, PhD level content, well, then you should be looking at CRO and PPC. That's the level it's going to take. And maybe it's not there yet for your niche, but it will be. It is just a matter of time. The Titanic has hit the iceberg already. That's done. It is done. The Titanic has already hit the iceberg. Most niches have already sank. Your floating Titanic might still be, bobbing, and the guys are playing their violins. And Josh, who's played by Jack in the movie, is saying, let's go to the top of the boat because I see what's coming. I'm trying to improve your chances, right? Because I see what's coming. And I'm sorry it's such a stark message. I'm sorry. I've had to change careers a number of times. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry, Darren, that I'm pushing you to drink. I know. I'm sorry. I really don't want to bum anybody out. But and I'm not the only SEO saying this. Plenty of other SEOs are soft pedaling this. And I'm saying, shame on you for soft pedaling it. This should be the British are coming, ride my horse, screaming my head off into the town square. That's kind of how bad it is, right? Jeremy says, are you planning another conference in the future? The answer after COVID for me is no. Sadly, my wife got really sick with COVID, and we're really not looking to travel right now anyway, and I'm really not looking to be with 100 people in a room. I do a weekly conference in my course. Every week I do a conference to my students, and then I do a special conference every month. There's an SEO 101 course every month. You get weekly conferences from me in my course. I'm not doing it in physical anymore. And I want to do it in my course. I want to get students in my course, and I want to deliver the content in a certain way that you learn it and you own that content. It's yours, and you don't want to share it with anybody. I could never enforce an NDA in a conference or a course, so I don't make you sign one. But I make you learn knowledge that is so important and so jaw-dropping and so important for you to rank. And I show you in our wins channel how we get win after win after win, that you don't want to share this information with anybody else. You realize how valuable it is. And I can't do that at a conference. I can't do that in a one-off. I have to hit you week after week after week after week with the knowledge bombs and with the proof of how the ranking works. That's so important to you that you don't want to tell anybody else. That's my only defense. That's my only defense, is that I make you love and take ownership of the content so much by making your own notes, and you own the content because you're a student. You're learning it, and you're learning it. So you own the content. That's my only defense. And that's what every SEO needs to do now. And if you're not in a group that teaches it in this way and approaches it like we are the Spartans, I'm going to teach you the secrets of the shield and the spear. The secret moves that nobody else knows, and that's how we're the elite army on the planet. And, I operate the group like the Spartans. You know the old myth of when the neighboring Athens needed the Spartans to help them? The Spartans would send one warrior, just an average Spartan, to help them, because that's how good they were. That's how I take it. When people come to me and I don't have time to take on more customers, whatever, I send one student to them. I'm like, Rick, you will go help them. And Rick's like, slams his spear against his shield, and he goes off and helps them, right? That's what my group is like. I mean, it's not so Spartan, and then I throw you into the ring and you have to fight. But it is a sink or swim kind of group where, you got to be kind of, there's a certain level of you got to spend 8 hours a day and you got to try, kind of a deal. And that's another reason why I don't just let anybody in. So email me at joshpashinsky@gmail.com. But my point is, I can see people leaving. Oh no, he's selling his group again. Heaven forbid. Josh wants to eat. But fine, don't join my group if you don't like me. I don't give a flying fuck if you people don't like me. Surprise, surprise. Josh doesn't give a shit. I find it funny, actually. But you got to join some group, guys. You can't go off the free SEO knowledge. You got to join some private group. And if there was one that was as good as mine, I'd tell you. There just isn't. There just isn't. I know. I sneak in all of them. I have spies in all of them. They probably have spies in mine too, but I don't know. I've never seen my knowledge anywhere else. I don't want to jinx it. Knocking on my big block of wood. I don't want to jinx it. I've been very lucky thus far. There was one guy in Romania who stole everything, and then he shared it with Romanians, but that was years ago. I've made myself an asshole on purpose. Have you ever wondered why I'm such an asshole? One, I enjoy it. Two, it's a marketing plan. I do it on purpose so that all the people who used to listen to me, like Kyle and Ted and all those guys I was friends with, so they hate me, and Clint, they hate me as much as possible, and Chase, that douchebag, they hate me as much as possible, so that they are stupid enough to think that I'm dumb because they hate me, and then they don't join my group anymore. So anyway, I probably shouldn't have said that, because now the secret's out of the bag. But they've gone and they're doing their own things anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Anywho, so if you have any more questions here, guys, I'm going to be signing off very quickly. SEO is functionally extinct. If you have long live SEO and long live a private group who can teach you how to do it. Any more questions here, guys? I'm not going to be doing a live chat like this again for quite some time. If you want to learn more information, email me at joshpashinsky@gmail.com. I have a 2-day free trial for my group. And it's only $8 and change a day after that. It's less than the price of a Starbucks. Any more SEO questions in the group here, guys? Or if you're all good for now, give me an all good in the chat. And I appreciate for everyone for listening. I appreciate everyone for watching. Be careful, guys. Be careful. ChatGPT is not a big deal for SEO, but Lambda is, and it's coming, and it's going to be conversational, and it's not going to be the 10 blue links anymore. So you better have the expertise, you better have the authority, and you better have the trust, or there's going to be some trouble. But you can survive. You can make it in SEO. You can do SEO. And when you join SEO University, you will see how to rank. When you join an SEO group, you're going to see how to rank. There's still ways to do it, but don't think of it like you're going to trick Google. You can't trick Google. You've got to give Google what they want. The question is, what do they want? You've got to join a private SEO group to give Google what they want. All right, guys. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for watching. And good luck in the future. I truly wish you all the best. Darren, I'm truly sorry I'm driving you to drink. I'm truly sorry for being a bummer. But I thought it would be a good idea for me to come out here and set the record straight about what I meant with my videos. It is the purge. The purge is coming. But if you're strong enough, you can fight in it. Join a private group, and they'll train you how to be strong enough. Good luck in the future. And Merry SEO, Miss. Email me at Josh Bashinsky for any SEO questions. Email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Good luck.